Hello, and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of December 12th. I'm Catherine Alecko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Terry and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics, because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. This week, we revisited a holiday movie from years past, and we continued... Right. We continued with our Brothers and Sisters series watch. So the movie was Love Actually, many people's favorite Christmas movie, I think.
Yes.
And there was also a 20th anniversary special about it on Hulu with Diane Sawyer, where, you know, it was definitely just one of those things where they get whoever's going to be willing to come out and say nice things.
Yes.
And they do that. And they also really made a meal out of TikTok videos.
Yes.
Of people doing Hugh Grant's Goofy dance.
Right. And the poster board thing.
Right.
Too.
Yes.
Message. Yeah. It's like, it's on social media is not a story.
Right.
It's cheapens it somehow. People's enthusiasm for something should be able to just not be used in that way, I think.
Yeah. And also, like, okay, maybe show a couple TikTok clips, but don't show the same one like 5 times.
Yeah.
I mean, they just kept going back to that. Like, okay, we get it.
This is why it's important, because people are making TikToks about it.
People are making TikToks about it.
This is our hook, ladies and gentlemen. Not just that it's a beloved movie. I mean, I specials like this about an entertainment product I love always disappoint.
Yeah.
And it's just, I wish they wouldn't do them. And it was... You wonder, are these the people, did they ask everybody and these are the people who were available and wanted to say something? Because there's a lot of recognizable people in this movie and not so many of them in the thing. And,
right.
You know, so some storylines
I think it was the ones who are, I think they're the ones who are friends with Richard Curtis.
Maybe so, I guess.
That seemed to be
because he was in quite a lot of it.
Yes.
And so yeah, that might be, but then it's like, this isn't really a complete discussion of the movie. As much as the actors they had were in the plot lines that I liked, it's still kind of limiting. I don't know.
Yes.
There wasn't really that much backstage interesting stuff.
Right.
Hugh Grant didn't want to dance. What would all those TikTokers have done if he hadn't done that dance?
Right. We would not be here today doing this special because we wouldn't have enough material to fill it up.
I was watching that dance this time and thinking they just filmed him doing something in like 4 or 5 different places. He wasn't really dancing for that long. But,
right.
You know, it's begrudgingly or not. It's a cute scene.
Yes. Yes.
But... so that didn't impress me much, the special, but I watched I used it as an occasion to watch the movie again, and gosh, I love it. It's, you know, it has a big target on it, and I know that people can be snarky about it and not like it, and there's plenty of material for snark, and yet
yes.
I just open up my heart about it, and I can be snarky with things. I'm not snarky about this. I just find it charming and funny and sad and extremely entertaining all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even as I want to punch Alan Rickman's character in the face.
Okay, but here's something that I thought about about that storyline. Like, first of all, we don't see him actually do anything with the employee.
No.
Like, unclear.
Yes. Super
unclear whether he just bought her the gift or whether he actually, did anything untoward. And second, like, the CD was actually a thoughtful gift.
It was a thoughtful and personal gift, and it hadn't been for the other thing, it would have been very moving. I think the thing is, you go to your wife and say, oh, my secretary, I got to get her a present. Do you have any ideas? I think she likes jewelry. Should I get her a necklace? Yeah, okay, I'll get her a necklace. But you're sneaking around and doing it without telling her. Whether there's any, as she said before, whether it's just a necklace or sex in a necklace or a necklace in love, it's still, you didn't.
Painful.
You didn't. Yeah. You did this on your own as a secretive activity. And that's right there, kind of a betrayal. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a betrayal, and it was hurtful, and
but it's definitely not clear. And you mean she could not have been any less subtle. She was just like she's
the secretary.
She's another character who has plot device stamped on her forehead. But I know this is a movie that takes flack for being about romances between bosses and their young employees, and there it's bad. And with
the prime minister, it's A-okay.
It's okay, although they are not married. Importantly,
right?
So I don't think it's he's philandering with an employee that's the problem there. It's that he's married to Emma Thompson. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. What a great
and I enjoyed her in the special too. Like she's wearing, I believe, overalls and some kind of like. Sort of tie-dye looking jacket. It's totally wacky.
She's like, fine, I'll come on your show, but I'm not going to dress up for it. Hair and makeup, no, that's fine. Stand down.
I'm good. Yeah, I enjoyed that very much.
She looks like she would be a fun person to know.
Absolutely.
As does Karen in the movie. She's, her interactions with Liam Neeson's character are so, paint her character so well that she's somebody who's there for a person, but also not, going to make jokes and kind of be sarcastic.
But also,
sweet.
So Liam Neeson is supposed to be her brother, right?
No, Hugh Grant is her brother.
Okay, so he's her friend. Okay, because I was like, how is he? He's also Hugh Grant's brother. Then, like, I was
think that
confused.
They were just supposed to be friends. Maybe she was friends with his wife, or maybe they were their friends. The nature of their relationship isn't defined quite that. I just assume they're friends. But it's like, not only does she have this terrible thing with her husband that's rocked her, and then she sees her brother and she's like, oh, I'm so happy you've come here because I've asked you to. That's wonderful. And it's like, well, no.
Right. She doesn't need to know that part.
Oh man, even at 2, Prime Minister.
Yes.
But it's cute when she says that you would have been just his type 20 years ago, and apparently she still is.
Still is.
Though not by any reasonable definition deserving of all the fat jokes. What the heck?
Gosh, no way. Terrible. Her family calls her Plumpy.
I know, she's lovely. And not by, Aurelia's sister, yes. Natalie, no. But even then.
And we didn't need the fat jokes about Aurelia's sister either.
We did not need that. That's a ding I'll put on the movie. But it was, I so enjoyed watching it again. And I actually left it on during the scene with Sarah and Carl that is so sad and awful.
Oh, yeah.
Where, she's finally getting with this guy she's been pining over, and her brother keeps calling, and she can't not pick up the phone.
Right.
I do wish that Carl had just really any personality at all. I don't know if it's...
Just aside from being hot.
Exactly. Yeah. It may be that actor doesn't speak much English, and so they just kind of worked around it, but he's just like a cipher. He's just, he's happy, apparently. He likes her, but then they don't really have any conversations. They don't, it's not like he's saying they're bantering across the workplace or anything. He's just...
Right.
He's just the silent object of adoration.
Yeah.
But, man, there was ever a time to, put the mute on your phone, babe.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a safe place. Like, you don't actually need to pick up the phone every time.
It's funny, though, I was watching it, and my kids were home, and they kept saying, "Is that the phone? Whose phone is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, it's the movie." And then the other one would say, "Did somebody get a new ringtone? Do you hear that?" It's like, "It's the movie."
That is the ringtone of 20 years ago, too. 20 years ago. That is the very
That's why they were well-known
ringtone.
Who's got that one? But it was very loud. And let's see. I was thinking of what my favorite plots in this were and my least favorite. And I mean, I find them all entertaining and I enjoy them all. But I do like the Hugh Grant Colin Firth ones best, probably, just because the proposal scene for Colin Firth is so hilarious. Right. Even though, really, you're jumping right from "You Kissed Me Once" to marriage, but okay, that's it's a movie. There's only so many hours in the movie. You got to go, and also the subtitles all the way through, where you see what they're actually saying. It was very funny, and just
and also the way that the whole neighborhood, is following them to the restaurant,
like a game of telephone as to what is actually going on. Yeah,
right.
That's real cute. And I feel like the Hugh Grant plot gets the most time, and they have a real nice sort of chemistry. And the thing at the end of him going from door to door is adorable. And it was the inspiration for a scene in Ted Lasso that was also adorable.
Ted Lasso, that's right.
But the one with Keira Knightley and her husband's best friend, cutely done. All the scenes for it are nicely done, and the thing at the end, and where he just finally tells her, and then goes off to get over it. So now she has this secret that she has to keep from her husband, which is not good.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. He dumps this on her, and then she now has to go up and tell him, "Oh yeah, it was carol singers, and there's your friend who doesn't like me. Ha 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 ha." I was like, no.
Yeah.
Don't do that to a newlywed.
Don't do that to someone.
That's awful. So that's just, it's like the after movie part of that concerns me.
Right.
And how did you feel about Wisconsin, land of hot girls who are in love with Englishmen?
That was really so over the top.
Well, I think that's
so.
I know it was the point. It was so over the top.
Right. It went even past a little. Oh dear.
But
yes.
I also really like a plot line that never gets mentioned in this thing, although it's a nice little through line in the movie, and it's so sweet, is the two porn stand-ins having a little romance.
Right.
It's like, is this the reason the movie got an R? Is those scenes, those in the art gallery? Right. It's like they thought, we want an adult rating on this thing. What can we do? Oh yeah, let's put this plot.
Let's put a few naked people in here.
Simulating sex and an art gallery with naked people in it. Right. But still, it's the contrast of them doing these ththings while being very sweet and chaste themselves.
Talking about traffic.
That's right. That's very funny. And, they exchange a little peck at her door, and it's very cute. So I liked that. Even I was wishing they'd had Martin Freeman come on and talk about it, because he's gone on to be pretty visible. Maybe it was before that, but I don't know. But nope, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about that.
Right.
And I don't think I hear that plot line mentioned much, but it really does run all the way through.
Yeah, it really does.
And they do get to be at the play and at the end, and at the airport at the end. And anyway, so.
And I certainly like, it's very sad, but I like the Liam Neeson plot just because of the relationship with the little boys.
What a
just so
performance
sweet
from him. So deep and emotional, and the relationship with the kid who grew up to look like an older version of that kid. You could see it. You could see that, Sam. Yep. But he was adorable in this. Oh my goodness, so cute.
Oh my gosh.
But it makes me, watching this makes me sad that Liam Neeson went on to, fairly shortly after this, I think, become action
his
movie
own
guy.
wife.
Well, yes, he lost his own wife, which definitely adds some weight to it. And now he just does action movies, right? He does.
Yeah, I guess.
Does,
I haven't really thought about
he has
it.
this particular set of skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, can we go back to having performances like this? Just
right.
So sweet. Yeah. So, golly, I like this movie. I got to go back to watching it once a year.
Yeah.
And
on Peacock, as long as Peacock lasts.
Right. Which may not be long. Should also mention, since I think we've mentioned pretty much all the other plot lines, is the also the one that runs through of the rock star and the terrible Christmas song. And I can absolutely see somebody playing it that way, getting the best-selling record, being so honest about it. That's a great performance by him. And
Bill Nye was fun in the special as well.
Yes, he was fun in the special, and he was very fun in the movie. And very nice. So, I don't know. If you guys haven't seen Love Actually in a while, go back and watch it. The special, Yeah. Take it or leave it. But the movie remains adorable and emotional and sweet and funny and very Christmassy. It's Christmas. Because it's Christmas, we do this. Is that?
That's right.
Is Christmas the time where you're required to declare love for people? I would have thought that was Valentine's Day.
Just not as much of a market for that.
So. Could be.
So, let us move on to For the Children, which is the title of this episode of Brothers and Sisters that we watched. Yeah. In which Nora is organizing a big benefit. And so all the children say, we're not going this year. We hate it. We're not going. We're not going. And it takes Nora about 1 minute of guilt tripping before Sarah caves. And then that means they all have to cave.
Yeah. If I was somebody who was going to be losing my job at Ojai because of their financial problems, and I find out they gave $35,000 to a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But, I felt very sorry for the actress who plays Julia, that she finally has lines, and this is what they give her. Opening sex scenes in TV shows, not my bag. Really, really, this is what you're doing. And Tommy finally
caught.
Tommy finally gets a subplot of his own, and it's this sex in a coat room.
Sex in a coat room on Meredith Baxter Burney's
I hope it was her coat. She was awful.
She is horrible.
You would think she would know her husband. But
yeah. Well, she chooses not to see it and to blame it on other people, clearly.
Robert Foxworth playing the husband.
As a big old jerk.
Big old jerk. Then everybody knows it because Saul mentioned to Holly that Holly said that Nora looked scared or something like that, and Saul said he's dancing with this guy. She should be. But,
and Saul, come on now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Bringing Holly to this thing.
Well, I mean,
come on.
Still brothers and sisters, a little passive-aggressive action from Saul.
Oh my
I do think we are supposed to be inferring that he is not so much on a romantic endeavor with Holly as a fact-finding mission. Because he had his little tape recorder there to record the name of her daughter as they're trying to figure out the password. So I think that's... I'm not saying this based on my memory from earlier. I just think that's... Because he said, everything about him. So they're trying to figure out how to get this money. And I think she might know something. But, so she's still being used by a man, one way or the other.
Right.
And it also had that old trope of, you're talking about somebody in the bathroom, and they're in there.
There she is. Yes.
Although, washroom lady for the win with the messed up families. She was funny. So, let's see.
You had, of course, Warren being the MC, because I forget already who backed out at the last
D-list
minute.
actor they had backed out. And
yes.
So she found somebody she knew who was on TV. Not her daughter, of course, but her daughter's nemesis, but it's fine.
Right.
And he brings Amber, who tells Kevin that she's often underestimated because of her hair, but honey, I think it's also your voice. Maybe you want to turn down the baby doll voice.
Yes.
10 notches or so. Kevin, of course, is asking every woman to dance so he can ask their opinion on whether what he said to Scotty was wrong. And they are unanimous.
Yes, it was.
You don't offer a person money to go someplace with you unless they are a hooker. So...
yeah, that was a bad idea.
Yep. You can see how he meant it well, but Scotty did not take it as such. So that was a cute little subplot, though, for them. And then he finally forgives him. And Kevin saves his job.
Right.
Flips the switch and goes into from socially awkward dude to cutthroat lawyer mode.
Cut to the lawyer you need. Yep.
Oh, my.
I love it.
And Justin is brought his boss with him, who obviously has maybe a little more than a soft spot for him, but a little crush.
Yeah.
And even though he does not know to tell her adequately what to wear.
Right.
I thought he said something like it's not very formal, because it's California, nothing's formal.
Right, he said
and so
it's
I thought she was going to be
California.
wearing a regular dress, and everybody else was gowned up to the... I did not notice that it was a black and white ball either until she mentioned it.
Oh, I did. I was like, it seems like everyone's wearing black and white. Yeah. And then I thought, I guess that's on purpose. And then she showed up.
I just thought black is sort of a dressy dress color.
Yes, so. That is true.
But I am not often going to benefits that are $25,000 a table, so I don't pick up on those things.
Right.
I'm not in that circle.
Yes.
So Tommy, before they go to this event, gets some bad news that the reason that they are not getting pregnant is because of him. So it's really, I think Balthazar Getty looked at the script and went, "This is my plot."
Right. I finally get a little something to say, and this is what you make me do.
First,
Thanks a lot,
my
guys.
sister comes and takes the role at the head of the company. That wasn't emasculating me enough. You got to do this.
Great. Really appreciate that.
Yes, we had heard nothing before about them trying for a baby, but now apparently it's,
the only thing that anyone can think about.
Right.
Yeah.
And, not wise to ever be putting that kind of pressure on a couple because you don't know what's going on. But
you sure don't.
Well,
so
doesn't keep him from having sex in a coat room. So
right.
It's things like that when people do things in odd places. It's like, that sounds uncomfortable. And wouldn't you feel constantly worried that somebody was going to come in? I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, at least go to like a bathroom stall or something. I don't know.
There's gotta be a more maybe your car. Go ask the valet where your car's at.
Right.
I would just be thinking,
or lock it from the inside, my friends.
Right.
I mean,
yes. It's just like if you're on a TV show and you think having sex in the coat room is a good idea, you might want to just give it a little extra thought. Because you know what's going to happen.
Yep, you sure do.
Oh, well.
And also, it is LA, so what's with the fur coat anyway?
Yeah, right.
Even though we're happy that happened to her fur coat for many reasons, but like, what temperature is it?
Because just because you can is why you want it.
Fur coats are for when it's like 20 below.
No, minks are for when you have a lot of money. They have no particular relation. My mom had a mink. But it was a mink stole. It wasn't a coat.
In Southern California. Yes. We should add.
Right. Yes. Yeah, she had one in Southern California. That was something that people had of a certain age.
Right.
I do not have a mink. Right. And I live in cold weather.
Yeah.
I like me insulated parka.
There you go. That works.
It would not go well with a gown, but, we make our compromises. We put the gown, the insulated parquet in the coat room, and then nobody needs to see it. It'd be nice and cushy if somebody wanted to lie down on top of it.
Perfect.
There you go.
There's so many reasons why this is so much more practical.
That's right. I'm just thinking about the horny people is what I'm thinking about. Just want them to have someplace comfortable.
Yeah. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. Way to go. So, that's another episode of Brothers and Sisters.
Another week of Walker hijinks.
Right. Not as much kitty hijinks as there have been, except Amber and Warren and that whole thing. But
yes, and it was finally the secret of the company came out.
Right. So more people know now that can be like subpoenaed or whatever.
Yeah. Nice. Now your mother can go to jail too, Sarah. Good luck. Good work.
Right.
Poor Sarah. Weight of the world.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see what happens next week on an episode called Northern Exposure. I assume it's not as fun and funny as the show Northern Exposure.
It is not. But there is, again, I believe, sex in an appropriate place. We'll see.
Oh, my. Once again. All right. And then we are going to watch another movie. We are really on a roll.
This one's another new one.
It's also new.
Yep, we've been kind of to watch a 20-year-old one, but now we're back.
Right, back to the new ones, new-ish. The George Clooney and Julia Roberts movie called Ticket to Paradise that was in theaters and now is streaming on Peacock. I mean, it was streaming in other places.
I believe it is only because when I went to watch Love Actually, there was a big ad for it saying streaming only on Peacock.
Right. So. It was streaming other places before for like $20, which, we are too cheap to pay.
We love you guys.
We pay for all these streaming things.
Love you, Julie and George, but we're only going to watch your movie if we can watch it for free.
Yeah. If we can watch it for something we're already paying for is
Let me just check
more accurate.
Make sure that it is indeed. Yeah, it says watch now. Doesn't say watch now for $19.99. It says watch now. Let me click the button and make sure that the movie actually comes up. Yep. Looks like it does. 1 hour and 44 minutes. Just have to watch the following messages, then enjoy your movie ad-free. All right, so we're good.
Excellent. And that's going to be it for our round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Catherine.
Goodbye, everyone.